John chapter 18. When Yeshua had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Kidron, which was a garden. Where was a garden, into which he entered himself and his disciples. Now Yehuda also, who betrayed him, knew the place, for Yeshua often gathered thither with his disciples. Yehuda then, having received the cohort of soldiers and officers from the chief priests and the Parishim, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yeshua therefore, knowing all things that were coming upon him, went forth and saith to them, Whom seek ye? Whom seek ye? They answered him, Yeshua of Nazareth. Yeshua saith to them, I am he. And Yehuda also, who betrayed him, was standing with them. When therefore he said to them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground. Again therefore he asked them, Whom seek ye? And they said, Yeshua of Nazareth. Yeshua answered, I told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way. He speaks of his disciples, that the word might be fulfilled which he spake, Of those whom thou hast given me, I lost not one. Shimon Petro therefore, having a sword, drew it, and struck the high priest's bondservant, and cut off his right ear. Now the bondservant's name was Malchus. Yeshua therefore said to Petro, Put up the sword into the sheath. The cup which the Father hath given me, shall I not drink it? So the cohort and the chief captain and the officers of the Yehudim seized Yeshua and bound him, and led him to Anna first, for he was father-in-law to Caiaphas, who was high priest that year. Now Caiaphas was he that gave counsel to the Yehudim that it was expedient that one man should die for the people. And Shimon Petro followed Yeshua, and so did another disciple. Now that disciple was known to the high priest, and entered in with Yeshua into the court of the high priest. But Petro was standing at the door without. So the other disciple, who was known to the high priest, went out and spake to her that kept the door, and brought in Petro. The maid therefore that kept the door saith to Petro, Art thou also one of this man's disciples? He saith, I am not. Now the bondservants and the officers were standing there, having made a fire of coals, for it was cold, and they were warming themselves, and Petro also was with them, standing and warming himself. The high priest therefore asked Yeshua of his disciples and of his teaching. Yeshua answered him, I have spoken openly to the world. I ever taught in synagogues and in the temple, where all the Yehudim come together, and in secret spake I nothing. Why askest thou me? Ask them that have heard me, what I spake to them. Behold, these know the things which I said. And when he had said this, one of the officers standing by struck Yeshua with his hand, saying, Answerest thou the high priest so? Yeshua answered him, If I have spoken evil, bear witness of the evil. But if well, why smitest thou me? Annas therefore sent him bound to Caiaphas the high priest. Now Shimon Petro was standing and warming himself. They said therefore to him, Art thou also one of his disciples? He denied, and said, I am not. One of the bondservants of the high priest, being a kinsman of him, whose ear Petro cut off, said, Did not I see thee in the garden with him? Petro therefore denied again, and straightway the rooster crew. They led Yeshua therefore from Caiaphas into the praetorium, and it was early, and they themselves entered not into the praetorium, that they might not be defiled, but might eat the Passover. Pilatus therefore went out to them and saith, What accusation bring ye against this man? They answered and said to him, If this man were not an evildoer, we should not have delivered him up to thee. Pilatus therefore said to them, Take him yourselves, and judge him according to your law. The Yehudim said to him, It is not lawful for us to put any man to death, that the word of Yeshua might be fulfilled, which he spake, signifying by what manner of death he should die. Pilatus therefore entered again into the praetorium, and called Yeshua, and said to him, Art thou the king of the Yehudim? Yeshua answered, Sayest thou this of thyself, or did others tell it thee concerning me? Pilatus answered, Am I a Jew? Am I a Yehudi? Thy own nation and the chief priests delivered thee to me. What hast thou done? Yeshua answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Yehudim. But now is my kingdom not from hence. Pilatus therefore said to him, Art thou a king then? Yeshua answered, Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end have I been born, and to this end am I come into the world, that I should bear witness to the truth. Every one that is of the truth heareth my voice. Pilatus saith to him, What is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again to the Yehudim, and saith to them, I find no crime in him. But ye have a custom that I should release to you one at the Passover. Will ye therefore that I release to you the king of the Yehudim? They cried out therefore again, saying, Not this man, but Barabbas. Now Barabbas was a robber. Here endeth John chapter 18.